was on the house party. What? I've been hacked! I think when you're born as a dolphin you can swim. You just need a bit of help. Good evening, guests, and welcome to another Saturday evening round my house. Coming at you live from the village of Scratchy Bottom. And with HTV around, we might just be coming to you, you can never be sure. There's been some furore in the village this week. On Wednesday, Colonel Cuthbertson, the head of the Scratchy Bottom Fox Hunters, fell off his horse. And police say he had no business being on the merry-go-round whatsoever. Then I heard that senior management of ITV would be coming down to Scratchy Bottom to join the Fox Hunters, because they're going to give Ant and Dec a 5-minute start. Then there were shockwaves throughout the house on Thursday when the staff learned that 50% of the pension fund had been siphoned off. So they immediately got the fraud squad in, and that blew the other half. But we've got good news as well, because you see, we finally managed to find commercial footing for the house, so we're letting out rooms to different companies, like the Music Society have let out the music room, the Smoking Society have let out the smoking room, and the Tories can have the ballroom. But one room I won't be letting out is the dungeon, because that's where Wait Till I Get You Home takes place. But now I'd like to thank you, the viewers at home, for the amount of support you've given the show, and the amount of control you've had over it. Because this is the show where you get to influence what happens on it. So if you've got a keyboard, then get ready, because tonight's Gunge battle is the Battle of the Birds. And no, I don't mean the Spice Girls. Come this way to the blu-tacked tag, and you'll see what I mean. Now we've got a pretty interesting battle this week, because we're trying to solve a dispute. You may know that the Queen of England has herself some swans, and we've managed to get one of them here tonight, and she is very anti-criminals. Can I just tell you what's all this about? Well, they're dirty, money-thieving scum! Okay. And Her Majesty does not take kindly to criminals. Every day when I'm flying in the air, I always see criminals on the motorway with their stolen jewels. I hope she doesn't mean down below. That's my defence. And if you gunge me, she'll have you in the Tower of London. Right. And what have you got to say for yourself, Feathers McGraw? We didn't really kill him off. Well, that's not blooming fair. I'm entitled to do my job, and the only way I can do my job is if I go out on the open road. Okay, I'll stop you there. So, now it's time for you to decide. Are you siding with the Royal Swan or Feathers McGraw? Here comes the voting screen. If you side with the Royal Swan and want Feathers McGraw to be gunged, then the number is 0898 800 311 to type in. Or if you side with Feathers McGraw and want the Royal Swan to get the gunge, then the number is 0898 300 322. Cast your votes now. We'll come back to you in a moment, and we'll also find out where the number cruncher is in a moment as well. But first, let's see the upcoming gotchas over the weeks. Coming soon, Cowbell Cow is a little fruity. It's a tutti fruity yogurt every time. Tessie Bear has been told some porkies. You swine! don't believe it! Well, now you do. Yoshi won't go into the doghouse. No, I'm not going in there. And Sig the Seagull is in a pig of a mood. You are a dead dog! And all of this happens when Henry Hound goes undercover. You may have seen at the beginning that we managed to get Sooty. But how did we do it? Well, it's an absolute classic, and if you want to find out how he joined that Golden Academy, then stay tuned. And this is the only show on Superstar Comedy where you could be £1,000 better off, thanks to a phone box known simply as the Number Cruncher, which tonight is in Farnham in Surrey. And the code to get in and win the money is 5259. This is also the show that brings you HTV, where if you don't come to us, we come to you. And it really amused me that the Daily Mail suggested that we put film crews into people's houses, and how would they even notice? Well, HTV is a little more subtle than that. But will we catch someone? Well, you'll have to find out later. And also, the Scratchy Bottom Observer has just appeared behind me. So if I just go and get it. Now, I do like the Scratchy Bottom Observer because it keeps you up to date with all the latest things happening around the village. Like in the Society column, the Scratchy Bottom Women's Institute will be holding a wet cardigan competition. And the Joke Society of Scratchy Bottom have recently moved to a new place. And members old and new are invited to come up to the door, ring the doorbell, and then run away. Now, I wouldn't like people to think that the Scratchy Bottom Observer only focuses on local news, because it focuses on the big showbiz news as well. Because it says here that in the week that Jeremy Kyle announced that his chat show would be axed, he would be looking for another job in Scratchy Bottom. Unfortunately, the paper doesn't think he can get one because he talks all the way through the interview. And that must be the door. You rang, sir? No, it was you that rang. Well, if you want to be pedantic, sir, then it was the doorbell that rang, actually. There used to be a butler here. Really? Then, why have you come here? Do you want your old job back? No, thank you, sir. No. Why's that then? Because I don't want to be associated with the current owner of this place. Really? Well, what does he look like? Well, they describe him as a messy, unkempt dog with a poor excuse for an Alton Towers t-shirt. A mad midget who paints his fur. Right? But that's me! Then, can I have your autograph? Get out! You know, that butler seemed familiar, but I can't put my finger on it. Let's take a look at the Gunge votes now, even though there aren't actually any votes yet. Because we don't begin counting them until after the break. Also after the break, we'll be meeting the kids in Wait Till I Get You Home. And we'll be seeing another unsuspecting victim in HTV. Don't go away now.